Hello, welcome to Catherine's Kitchen. I hope you're all well today. It's a bit of a cold, rainy day here in Christchurch, so it's a really good day to catch up with all those small little jobs that I need to do. Today we are going to be making some low sugar jam. So with low sugar jam, today I'll be using honey to sweeten it, but you can use maple syrup, you can use stevia, you can even use sucrool if you want to. You can use that, is it monk fruit? I think it is monk fruit or jackfruit or something. Not 100% sure. To sweeten it. And you thicken it with chia seeds. And so the general rule of thumb is to 2 cups of fruit, you use 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. So basically a tablespoon of chia seeds to a cup of fruit. But if your fruit's a bit more juicy and a bit more runny, then you may need to add a bit more if you want a thicker consistency. I've just pulled some out of the freezer. I personally just put it in jars up to about there, and then I just pop it in the freezer. I put it into hot jars to start off with hot product and hot seals. So they do seal, but they're not as shelf stable as your normal jam with loads of sugar in it that preserves your jam, and you can keep it on your shelf for years. You could keep it on your shelf for a little while, but personally I just put it in the freezer just to make it easier. Plus, once it's opened, it needs to go into the fridge, and it needs to be used probably within 2 to 3 to 4 weeks. It's not a long lasting keeping jam. So let's get to it. Over here I have a pot of black boy peaches. So today I'm going to be making a vanilla black boy peach jam, basically. So it's just been all stewed up, just like that. I was going to use a potato masher to mash them up, but I don't actually need to because they're nice and soft, that they've just whipped up or, mushed down with the wooden spoon. So I'm going to give it a big dollop of my homemade vanilla paste. I've got a video out on how to make vanilla paste and vanilla extract that went up a few weeks ago. It's super easy and it's super cheap, way cheaper than buying it. If you go to the, oh my goodness, I always get it confused. Is it the New Zealand Orders vanilla beans, or vanilla beans New Zealand Orders, or something like that? Jenny's really lovely and she's only too happy to help. Right, so that's melted down, or dissolved down, or stirred in, whatever. Right, a little bit of honey. Now you just do this to taste. It's completely over to you. I've probably got about 5 cups of black boy jam, or black boys in here. So just put in a couple of tablespoons. You can put in as much or as little as you like. So I'm just going to stir that around. Right, should just have a wee taste of that, just to make sure that we're happy with the taste. Oh, that's delicious. That vanilla kicks it up to the next level. Yum. Right, grab a spoon. You can actually use most fruit to do low sugar jam. So I've used strawberries, raspberries, I've done apricots, I even did a pear and ginger one once. That was really nice. So one. Now these won't, the chia seeds won't thicken the jam straight away. I'm just going to pop it back on the stove for a couple of minutes, just to stir them in. But as it cools, it thickens. General rule of thumb. Same as when you're making, you know, jam or chutneys or relishes or something, or even sauces, so they thicken as they cool. Right, we'll just pop that on the stove for a couple of minutes. It will only take a couple of minutes just to get it nice and hot again, and boiling, so that we can put it in our jars. So essentially it's one of my favourite ways to make jam actually, and cut down heaps on the sugar. It's a lot more healthier for you than all that sugar as well. But sometimes all that sugar is quite nice, so just do what's right for you. So I'm just going to be a couple of minutes and then we'll come back. We'll just wait for that to cook for a couple of minutes and then we'll see you soon. Hi, we're back. It's time. I have my jars in the oven on 100 degrees, and they've probably been in for about half an hour now. You need to have your jars in the oven for at least 15 minutes. This is cooked up nicely. It's a beautiful consistency. I just love the colour of blackberry peaches. And the colour of quince jelly too, eh? Just something about it every year just makes my heart glad. Right, let's go get some jars. I generally do 4 at a time, but that's just me. Now, I generally only do smaller jars when I'm bottling the sugar-free jam. Or I should say low sugar jam, because you have to use it so quickly. It's just easier to use a small jar than what it is a big jar. Right, I'm just going to turn my jug on. Hopefully it won't make too much noise. Just want to pour boiling water over the seals. So this can be just used like any jam. It goes really good in the middle of cupcakes too. Makes a really good steamed pudding. Just remember, if you're going to put it in the freezer, to leave a little gap in the top, because your food expands when it's in the freezer and it goes cold. Probably put just a little bit much in that jar, so I'll just take a couple of spoonfuls out. That's better. Now, I tend to like my jam on the thicker side, but you don't have to. If you want it a bit more runny, just don't stick in so many chia seeds. Quite simple. Make it to your liking. Oh my goodness, can you hear my doggo out there? I've put her outside because she ends up losing the plot, usually when I'm trying to do a video. Right, so I've just got a bowl here with some lids in it. Jug that's boiled. Leave in for a couple of minutes. And it's as simple as that. It goes through different loops. So like I said, these will seal. I mean, you can leave them sitting on your shelf for a little while, but for long term, personally, I'd put them in the freezer. Hold up, that lid's on crooked. There you go. Now, I don't water bath my jams or anything. I never have. But if you want to water bath them, that's entirely up to you. You go for it. Right, a couple of more jars. There are tongs that you can get, or that I have actually got, but I generally just use a tea-towel. So the tongs can be used to get the jars out of the oven. Well, I think I'm going to be right with that low sugar jam for a while. Good way to use up those softer black boys too. For jam, you can make it out of any peach, you know, or the softer pears. So generally, the softer the fruit, the better for jam. And there we go. And that is how easy it is to make a low sugar jam. Every time. Jolly flies, aren't they a pain? I need to invest